briefly, kind of sum up everything we kind of talk about, like what really makes you not a statistic.
What makes me not a statistic is...
Y'all gonna make me cry.
Woo! Girl, that's heavy. Let it go, girl. Yeah. Let it go. Whew, Jesus. Thank you. Girl, you're an overcomer.
Ooh, that's a good question. What makes me not a statistic? Ooh, I wasn't prepared for that.
All the knowledge I had from the past failures to this business, and you're talking about going from zero to like $600,000 a month within 2 years.
Woman, people call me phenomenally Black woman. People call me strong. I'll be all of that, but I just want to see the women that God has called to do a work actually do the work.
I allow God to use me, to my fullest capacity. So in every single area of my life, God has access to me. But like the song says, my storage is empty. My storage is completely empty when it's for God. So I'm not a statistic because I'm withholding nothing from God. Nothing. Everything that I have is God's. Every area of my life, God can use me in every single area of my life. There is nothing off limits to God. Nothing.
Because at the end of the day, it's more to us than the kitchen. It's more than us to just Sunday school teaching. It's more to us, watch this, than wearing poofy dresses and big hats and sitting in the pews and just being quiet. There's more to us than that. If I can be successful in the marketplace as a woman, then as a woman of God, in whatever capacity that God has me in, let me be me and let God do the rest.
I teach in the book that you are the greatest technology that has ever existed. There's nobody like Chanel. Nobody. There's nobody like Robert. And what I recognize is that alone, that nobody else carries my DNA.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. We are live currently on Not A Statistic Apparel as well as YouTube, Not A Statistic TV. We have another episode of Not A Statistic TV. It's called It's a Support for Me, okay? We have media personality, CEO, MzMetchi in the building, y'all. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Hi. Thank you for having me.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. How are you?
I am well. I want to say thank you for joining me tonight on this great conversation to find out more about you and how people connect with you and how you just doing big things, man, in the media production and everything that you got going on. So as you guys come on, like, share this content. Hey, Dwayne, how you feeling?
Share it.
Thanks for joining us tonight. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe to our channel. If you're on Facebook, like, share, definitely talk to us. We'll be dialoguing in the comment, with you guys. So as you guys come on, say what's up, tell us where you coming from. This is actually our 12th episode, you all. So I'm so excited for this night. MzMetchi is somebody who I look up to, especially in the media industry. She's such an inspiration. She's definitely a gem to connect with, to know, to like definitely glean from, because she know what she know, and it's all love here, sis. It's all love. So as you guys come on, we're gonna wait for just a few seconds for some more people to come on. Most people are used to me, tuning in on my regular page, but we're doing something different. So period. we're doing something different. So you guys come on, say what's up to us, tell us where you coming from, and then we'll definitely put your comments up on the screen. Yeah. So tell me, how was your holiday, MzMetchi?
Oh, it was so relaxing. I needed that. I literally unplugged from everything. I'm like, no work, no, I had my post scheduled and everything, had all of that. I said, I am relaxing. Girl, Xfinity had their preview week, and needless to say, I took full advantage.
Okay. Did you cook, girl? Did you cook?
I did. I watched Lovecraft Country. I watched P Valley, Ghost, everything. I was like, I'm watching it all.
Right. So what you cook?
I made a Mississippi pot roast. I did some jerk wings. I did greens, macaroni and cheese, cornbread.
Okay.
Oh, and I did some shrimp scampi too. I'm like, I haven't quite, there's levels to this cooking thing. And I feel like when you could do the turkey and all of that, that's when you didn't graduated. Needless to say, I'm in my senior year. So
listen, okay. Hey, to each own looking. My auntie was like, I was like, I want to learn how to do all the dress and stuff like that. She was like, what you getting ready to be married? I said, no, because I'm hungry. Listen. I'm hungry. When that time comes, it's gonna come. So you guys come on. We just chopping up, y'all.
Yeah.
Say what's up. So we're not gonna prolong it. So tell me, MzMetchi, like tell us the backstory of who is MzMetchi.
Oh my goodness. So, the funny thing about it is that Mechi was a nickname that I got. I lived in California as a young girl, moved into the Chicagoland area, and everybody mispronounced my name. I don't know why they couldn't say Demetria, Lord Jesus, but it's okay. So they gave me that nickname, and it was always something that stuck out to me. It was just, that was what everybody called me. Mm-hmm. And, I ended up, I would say after college and everything, I stayed within my whole, I still work, a 9 to 5. I'm not shy as far as letting people know that. So I've been in operational management for 12 years. And, I love to talk to people. I love to connect. It's part of my, work of what I was doing in my 9 to 5. And in 2018, I got to a place where I'm like, you know what, I'm ready to launch something that's mine. So I actually, before I branched into media, I was actually doing event coordination for, the different clients, my different friends and everything. And I had the opportunity to go on Scene Chicago. They had a radio show at the time with Urban Broadcast Media. And from the moment that I sat down and I sat up to the microphone, I was like, I want to do this. Yeah, it was, yeah. I mean, I felt it. And it was so funny because do you remember the radio station with Kennedy King?
Yes.
Yeah, I was just like this. I was like, I want to do that. I always felt that way when I was younger, but you got to watch who you listen to because everybody was like, it's no money in that. You can't do anything with that. So, I tried to go more of a more typical route. Didn't like it, so it was funny that when I sat in that seat, I was just like, I love this. I want to do this long term. Ended up starting a show. It was Build a Boss Radio. I had 2 other hosts that I did the show with, but it was short-lived because at that time, all of our businesses started to really take off and kind of go in different directions. But I knew that once we split up, I was like, I don't want to stop doing this because it ended,
Right.
So at that point, I launched the Blueprint Radio, which was my first internet radio-based show. And it was supposed to be an extension of my event planning business, but I fell even further in love with it. And I'm like, you know what? I need to move this way. Pivot has been the word for 2020. So I had to pivot the business and, really go for something that I love. So that's really how I ended up kind of going into it.
Wow. So it started from something small, and then you was pretty much there at, like you said, a radio station. You was like, okay, I can get used to this. Let me see what this is all about. But then sometimes when you tell people, your dreams or some things that you want to go for, they try to put their insecurities onto you. They fear, I don't know, girl. It ain't gonna, because it ain't gonna work. It ain't no money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whatever the case may be. Well, maybe I just got the passion for it, and the money gonna come.
That's right. That's right. Because I mean, when I started off, I was, brokered radio. You had to pay for your slot, and those circumstances have changed, of course, you know, with me making some shifts in my business. But yeah, I was definitely, I had a lot of people that was like, girl, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, it ain't, I'm doing me. I'm
Wow.
doing me.
Then you doing you. And then sometimes people don't understand like what it is that, you know, you have a desire for, because they might not have that same desire. Just because you on another field, just because, you know, you might have another desire does not mean I can't do what I really have a passion for, right? Like,
that's right.
I mean, some of these people, let's look at like Kendra G, or, you know, people from 107.5, 92.3, 106.3.
Yeah.
You know, all these different radio, you know, personalities, like they are like they still making money because they going all over the world for free. They
That's right.
various things. So I mean, it's times where they do live that good life. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So what just kept pressing you forth despite of the people that you maybe didn't quite understand your drive and your understanding of going into media, going into radio? Like, how did you press forth that? How did you feel push forth?
You know, the biggest thing was silencing them as far as the things that they were saying to me, and then focusing and zeroing in on what it is that I wanted to do. So, you know, the goal still for me since I started is to basically have a larger media entity pay me for the content that I produce. You know, I mean, because I put a lot of thought, I put a lot of love and a lot of creativity into what it is that I put out to the public. So for me, zeroing in on my goal and blocking everything else out, that has been the thing that's continued. I've been continuing to take it to the next level because of that. I'm like, look, I don't care what you all have to say. And I mean, I would be lying if I said that when I initially started that I didn't completely care. I'm like, you know, these are friends, these are family members that I'm like, you know, they're telling me, they've known me my whole life, and they're just like, why are you doing this? And really kind of looking at me crazy. It definitely, you know, it made me feel some type of way, but I recognized very early on to block all of that out.
Exactly. And sometimes you have to be like you said, like, focus in, right? When you have that focus point of where you're going to go, what you want to do, you have to silence it, because like you said, sometimes people don't want to accept the future you, but they because they know you from the past you.
That's
they
right.
know your past. They, like you said, they probably didn't change a diaper. They probably didn't, you know, seen you walk you through first steps, or they seen you grow up, you know, into this beautiful woman now. So it's like what you want to do now, it's like sometimes they don't kind of see that because they wasn't given the same vision.
That's right. And for me, it's not I think that we've all at a certain point in our lives lived standards, or tried to stay close to certain standards like that our parents put on us and different things of that sort. I'm like, I'm in my 30s now. I don't have time for that. I'm like, you know, I'm going to do what makes me happy, what makes me smile, and what makes me feel fulfilled. So it's like, if I got to do a job every day or go to work, I at least owe it to myself to do it something that I love, you know?
That's it.
That's the part.
So you do say you in, tell me the industry that you're also in at what you're a 9-to-5. So what is exactly?
I'm in corporate real estate. So I am, I do coordination for tenants for a high rise in the downtown Chicagoland area.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I've been in corporate real estate now for, it's been a little bit over 3 years. And honestly, it's one of the best industries that I've been in my time of operational management. I'm that person that's putting everything together and making sure that everyone has what they need. And, you know, I do that naturally anyway. So it's like, I'm able to go to a 9-to-5, because a lot of people have asked me like, girl, why haven't you left and everything?
Right.
And because I like to have, you need to have multiple streams of income, number one. I'm like, and number two, when you actually like what you're doing, you can go, it doesn't matter. I'm like, I'll get up and drive from my home an hour away to go to work, because I'm like, I like what I do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's funny. I love the way what you said was, as you guys come on, like, share, comment, say what's up. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe to our channel. If you're on Facebook, like, share, comment, say what's going on, say where you from. So it was something that you was said that, someone was like, yeah, why don't you just quit that job? And like now we're in a day and age, it's like, quit your job, like quit everything you got and do your full-time entrepreneurship, right? Like everybody is, we hate jobs. We want to be we want to be our own boss. So how do you balance out, being an entrepreneur as well as being, working in 9 to 5, but you love what you do. So it's not like you really like, oh my God. So how is that balancing out the two?
I mean, having the background as far as with the operational management, it helps me to plan things out accordingly. So, when I go to work, I give 110%, but then I come back and I give it to my business as well. And I'm grateful to be in a position where I can kind of integrate both. So I have a system where, hey, Beverly, where, for every couple tasks that I'll do for my 9 to 5, I do a task for myself. So that way it's not so overbearing at the end of the day. But, balancing it out, it takes extreme planning. I don't know where my planner is, but I live by my planner both on my phone, because it's like, life happens, I'm like, I'm still a wife. I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm all of these different things. So I have to plan it out, and then even plan out just time to just relax and kind of unplug from it all too.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
That's really good. And I was just talking to someone that this is the first time in lifetime history that we all was in a pandemic at the same time, right? Like, so to understand that now people have been really big on self-care, right? And like you said, like you plan out everything. Hey, Felice. So we so big on, like, people have been really big on self-care. And like you said, that was so good that you plan out everything that you're going to do. Like you said, you're a wife, you a daughter, you have a 9 to 5, you an entrepreneur, you have, we're gonna talk about even your podcast, different things that you have going on. So you take time out for like you said, to unplug, to like kind of just recuperate and just kind of like gather your thoughts together and different things of that nature. So how big is self-care to you? Because some people have really went in a really depression state, and some people was able to overcome.
It's super important for me. I mean, you and I, we were just discussing a little bit, and I definitely don't mind sharing, but even outside of everything, I have a parent that has different things going on with their health and all that other stuff. And I mean, honestly, just day-to-day things, it can weigh on you. The pandemic, a lot of the racial injustices and things that are going on. Every time I see a video of some foolishness, it weighs on me. So having that time to really unplug, where I'm walking away from social media, I'm taking a step away from the business, or I'm telling my job, I need a mental health Monday, I'll see y'all on Tuesday. It's very, very important for me. And I mean, I go get a massage, girl, get a V-sting, whatever, whatever it is that my body is telling me, it's like, hey, you need this. As long as it's healthy and it's productive, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
And that's period, because that's so good. Like you said, self-care is however you look at that, right? Like however you unpack that, right? Because like for me, my self-care was get my nails done, get my feet done, right? Like that was self-care for me. You get what I'm saying? But it's deeper than that, right? So like the title is, it's a support for me, but you have to know how to support you. Because if you pour it out of empty cup, who's refilling your cup?
Girl, I was just about to say, I can't pour from an empty cup. Like I have tried so many times, and I end up getting sick. I'm like, okay, how you catch this cold? Like, well, girl, you've been running for 11 days straight and you haven't sat down.
Okay.
You need to do this. So, and when I first started, honestly, I did not have that part of taking care of me 100% down. I can honestly say it was probably about 8 months into it. It's like, okay, girl, take a moment. You need to, go ahead and just take some time for yourself. So, that's definitely important. I'm like, I can't produce. I can't give you anything. I can't make no appearances. I can't stop here, run to the store. I can't do anything if I'm exhausted. So yeah,
and that's so good. So I really encourage anybody to like really take time out for you. Like, so there is no way that you can support everybody, right?
No way.
Husband, wife, kids, parents, job, bosses, clients,
everybody,
customers, anyone, if you haven't taken care of yourself, right? And we all have fell down in that, right? We all have like, you know what, I'll worry about that, you know,
next week.
I'll put people before me. And this is like, that's not cute. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not good, because if you shut down, then who's gonna take care of you? If you took care of everybody.
That's right. That's right. And I mean, most of the people that I know is, you know, specifically entrepreneurs, we are everything to a lot of people. You know, it's not just about us. Like we're taking care of someone, or we're helping to nurture other things that are going on in our lives. So it's just like we got to be in tip top shape. We don't have any other choice.
Yes, exactly, Felice. Yes, time is everything, and that's on period. You know, time, like I say, time is money. Like, you know, the time that I'm spending with you is the time I could have been making some money. You know, it's different things that we gotta take in consideration, but we have to cherish time, because we can get money back, but we can't get that time back. You know, whether it was good or bad, how you want to call it, wasted, we can't get that time back. So let's talk about how, you know, the passion behind pushing brands, because that's like one of your main hashtag. I push brands. So can you talk about that? How, as you, like you said, pouring out, and how do you pour out to other businesses?
That is, I mean, pushing the brands is my mission, as far as with the Blueprint Media Company and the MzMetchi brand. And honestly, I feel like that in my lifetime, I was called to serve others. And for a while in my life, I struggled with, how do I do that? But I've been very good in my lifetime as far as being able to connect other people. Like, I remember, I'm like, okay, Chanel does this, and then I got Denise over here that does this, so they need to link. And I've always done it naturally, but I didn't realize that it was something that I could honestly, use as a business model for my business. And, I was able to incorporate that. Every brand that I've worked with, every brand that I, do, I have an ambassadorship with or anything, I absolutely love them. Like, the goal is for us to win. We have, you got your Walmarts, you got your Targets, you got this, but you don't have your Patty Girls, your Noir Girls, your Melanated Queen Productions, like, just different people. Like, these are people that I know and that I love. So why would I not push their businesses?
That's good.
That's really it. I mean, and it's become a part of the mission for the Blueprint Media Company to help small business owners as well as artists. I mean, when we open up our playlist, a lot of the times we're going to a lot of the mainstream music, but there are local people here that make R&B, hip hop, rock, whatever it is that you're into, that these are your people from your town, so I mean, when I first started, I felt like that I can't say that I was focused on me, because I still would interview people and push others. But I found that when I solely focused on pushing other people, it also helped to take my business to the next level. Because,
talk about that. Donald is definitely someone you want to connect with. I don't know.
Donald.
Yeah, definitely. Donald has a podcast. He's phenomenal, great YouTuber.
Shout out to him. We got on the Chicago media conglomerate.
Right, exactly. So talk about that, how you push brands and that ultimately excels your brand. Because that's really what it was. By default, your brand excels. So talk about that. How that's so important.
Kind of, like I said, when I finally, tapped into, I had been praying to God. I said, Lord, what is it? What do you want me to do? What is it? And actually, my first brand ambassadorship was with Pouty Girls. So shout out to them. Yes, soft plug. I love them. But she was actually the first person to reach out to me. And upon talking to Wendy, she became one of my business sisters, my friend. And she's just like, you are great at this. why are you not doing more of this? You know, and sometimes it takes for the people that you have around you in your circle to kind of pull some of those things out of you. And when she did that, and I was like, man, you know, I was like, I am really good at this. Why am I not? You know, and it felt almost like it was like a prayer answered almost, you know, it was like,
that's crazy.
Why haven't I been doing this? But yeah, working with the businesses that I work with and promoting them, as well as like I spotlight a business of the week every week on the show. I'm always looking for different ways. I'm like, I'll plug you. If we talking, I'm just like, we talking about taxes. I'm like, tax strategy. I'm like, whatever it is. And it comes naturally because it's like, I'm not trying to sell you. These are people in your community that are doing big things that you should know. You know, you should know them. You know what I'm saying? So it's come easy, but you know, being able to promote them and doing all that other stuff, it just kind of became a part of who I am. It's like girl, I haven't bought no lip gloss, I bought nothing from nobody. The hairs from Gems by Jen. I support my people. I'm like, look, this is a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. Period.
And that's on period. It's a lifestyle, y'all. If y'all have not already done so, like and share this. Like this lady is dropping gems, just telling her story, y'all. And one thing that you said was, you know, you push other brands, excelled your business, but also this is stuff that I mean, why not? I mean, if you wear this particular hair, okay, I'm gonna go get this hair, but I'm getting it from my small business, right? Like these are people in our neighborhood. This people that's, you know, around the corner, you know what I'm saying? In these plazas, and you know, they buying property, and you know what I'm saying, or they started in their apartment or whatever it is. But it's stuff that I wear. Okay, I like earrings. I like but why not support my small businesses before I go to a beauty supply that the owner really don't care about me
all the way up?
Like they rich, and I can't support my sister who selling $5 lip gloss. I mean,
and the crazy part about it is that you know, a lot of people they have these things. I don't want to support Black business because of this, and I'm just like, you know, I'm sorry that you ran into some pretty crappy businesses. And that's not just strictly a Black thing. Like there's the other people. I've been to other places, and there are other races that run it, and I'm like, I got some pretty bad service there too. You know, it's not exclusive, and it's just like, you know, a lot of these larger businesses, like you said, your beauty supplies, they're already making their money. They're marking this stuff up. So if I can go and support someone that I know, I'm like, I see you every day, you are pushing this. Why would I not buy it from you? You know, except for the scammers. We are not talking to the scammers tonight. We are talking
people who are legit business. Okay.
No, we're not doing that. Okay. We're talking to legitimate businesses that are doing their thing. Yes, Felice. I love that.
Thank you. People make it a Black thing. It is not a Black thing.
It's not.
It is not. Like I can go to let's say a Subway, right?
Right.
Let's be real. We don't see most Black people working at Subway. Let's be honest.
Ooh,
and I have a bad experience. I have a bad experience at Subway, and I love Subway, but this franchise of Subway, I had a bad experience. Exactly. And I'm not gonna put up. I'm done with Subway because because of this person.
Man, first off, even though we know that Popeyes is not owned by Black people, most of our people work there. So my whole thing is, and that's not shade. If you have a job and you bringing in income, I'm clapping it up for you wherever you work. But if you can go get you a 2-piece on Tuesdays, you can also support another Black-owned business. That's just how I feel about it. You know, the ones like I even saw today, they had dragged this business and did all types of stuff. And I'm like, you know, why can't we, you know, this is the thing. And I gotta say it, and then I'm but my whole thing is that we know that there are other bad things and discrepancies that happen with these other businesses, but you don't see them, baby. If Walt's got a problem with somebody at Walt's, they're not spreading that. They're not taking it to social media. They're going straight to the source. And I just wish that a lot of times before we drag another Black-owned business, that we at least do our due diligence of trying to get things fixed before we blast them. I'm tired of the cancel culture.
Listen. This is the night for it.
I
am beyond tired of the cancel code. If y'all have not already done so, share this content because it's gonna bless your timeline. Because it's really the support for me. You get what I'm saying? I would never not buy from a Black-owned business. I will support to the day I die.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we need each other and we need to be continued to circle around beliefs, period. I'm tired of it. Like, I am beyond tired of it. Like, you make one mistake, then everybody want to cancel you out.
Right. Like what old girl got to do with me because she scammed you because you paid her through Cash App? Well, they ain't ready for the real business lessons though. You pay her through Cash App, so now you mad and you want to go on blast it. This is the thing. I've been wronged by people in businesses from all over. That would never ever stop my yearning for wanting to support another Black-owned business, or especially if it's someone. These are people that we know, Chanel. We know these people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't get it.
That we actually know. Listen, I didn't have several since I was, as long as I didn't had a job, or as long as I can really remember. I have always had a problem at McDonald's, but I still go. But listen, if Kiki down the street then sold me some eyelash and it didn't go right, okay, sis, okay, I got you on this. Okay, I'm gonna come back to Kiki, but she told me she was sorry. It's okay.
She said, I apologize. That was a bad mistake.
I made my mistake. Okay, Kiki, I'm gonna keep messing with you on the eyelash. I got you. And I'm gonna refer my cousins too because you good in my book. You apologize.
Right.
But I don't understand. Like,
uplifting too, because this is the thing. A lot of us are, brand new, or we're first time entrepreneurs, that we in our families, in our own life. Right. So if I see my sister, I'm like, hey, I done went to your page and you charging $15 for USPS shipping. Let me hit you with the lick of how you can get it for a little bit lower. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit up there and complain to you and be like, oh girl, I need a code. I'm going to be like, hey, sis, I noticed this on here. Let me put you in tune with this particular opportunity. That way you don't have to charge that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about helping, but you get so many entrepreneurs, the people that have made it to a certain level that they don't reach back. And that's the problem.
That is a big problem. Yeah. Like, fix my crown. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about that it's crooked. Don't talk about me, right? Don't look and stare that it's crooked. Just put me to the side, like, okay, sis, hey bro, let me help you. One thing I'm gonna say, your prices is your prices.
That's right. Absolutely.
It was somebody that was very wealthy that I'm friends with, and he told me, he said, it's really nothing in this world that's too expensive. It's what you can afford.
Now that's a word.
I said, man, you better watch it out now. He's like, oh, right. Please, I ain't see that.
Right. Like, no, we're not doing that. Like, do you have PayPal? Do you have anything? Do you have Square? What do you have?
Demo? I don't know. Right. But yeah, he said nothing in this world is too expensive because it's what you can afford. I was like, that's good. I said, he was like, there's no restaurant that's not all you can eat. If you keep paying, you can keep eating.
Right.
That's good. That's good, right? Like, that's good. So, like, I love that you continue to push our brands, right? Push our small, businesses, Black owned, right? Despite of, like you said, you might have had a bad experience with that one, right? But that don't mean you just cancel the whole culture, right? Because you can't cancel the whole Black owned restaurants, right?
I'm never going to cancel us. I don't care. I don't care if I have 10 bad experiences back to back. I'll never cancel us. Never.
Because we don't cancel McDonald's. When we get a bet, we don't cancel Subway. We don't cancel these big brands, we can never touch the CEO. We can never touch the founder. We would never, we could barely get the manager, let alone the CEO.
That's right. Yeah, you can't pay me enough money to do that, or to just drag them like that. Like I said, I've had some experiences. I had someone that I had been, kind of working with and supporting for a little while. And I talked about it on the show. I was like, man, I didn't really know. They kind of turned, how people be turning like rabid dogs, honey. But they definitely did that. And I said, you know what? It was the option of, because I did get angry, and I'm like this. Yeah, they'll make you angry where you want to blast them. But I said, you know what? I can't go against my brand at the end of the day and drag the very people that I work so hard to uplift. I won't do it.
Oh, that's good. You cannot drag the people that you once lifted up.
Right. Or that you want to uplift anyway. I still want to see my sister or brother win, even if they have done something that's crazy. I'm just gonna pray that you get it right at some point.
At some point, right? And that's so good, right? I was just talking to somebody like somebody can praise you in the same mouth, and then they can discredit you in the same mouth.
Yeah, that same mouth.
Same mouth, right?
Right.
That same mouth. So let's digress a little bit. Let's talk about your other brand, right? The Lavish Looks. So talk about that, and how did that start, and what was your passion behind that?
Okay, so again, with having those positive people in your corner. So I had gotten to a point in business where I'm looking to bring in another stream of revenue for what it is that I'm trying to do. So I actually spoke with my good friend Whitney from Noir Girl. Shout out to her. She, when I had that conversation with her, she said, "Well, Michi, girl, let me tell you, you always have some fly shade.
Wow.
Why, have you looked into that?" And I said, it was like when she said it to me, "Chanel, let me tell you one thing about me. I don't care. Even when I didn't have no money, girl, I was poor, okay? Didn't have nothing. I always had a fly pair of shades. They wasn't name brand. They might be from Rainbow or something.
Look, you were selling in your shades, baby.
I was selling in my shades. So I always had that. And this Lavish Looks actually launched I was going to say July. It launched in May of this year. So how it came about was we had that conversation because I had been furloughed from my previous company that I worked for. I was managing a corporate office space, and Governor Pritzker put that stay-at-home order. 2 weeks later, they like, "Baby, you got to go.
Wow.
Get to go. We'll call you back." So, I was at home, and I'll be honest, at the time, unemployment hadn't kicked in, and I'm like, I wasn't hurting, but I was just like, I need to be able to get some more things under my belt to really sustain me and make sure that I never feel this feeling of what am I going to do ever again. So I started looking into it, and I released it, and I'll be honest, like that was the one thing I was like, it may work, it may not, and I was able to do that, and it has really, really taken off. So I always tell people that Lavish Looks was like my COVID business baby. I'm like,
yeah. Listen, a lot of people got pregnant and look, and then have birth, listen, during this whole pandemic.
Girl.
So,
yes,
listen, that is phenomenal. So, like you said, your friend was just like, "Man, you always fly, girl. It doesn't matter what situation you in. You always got some shades to rock the outfit with. You get what I'm saying? So why not make it a business? Why not, get your own, shade collection?" And then you said May of this year. So
it was May of this year. So I was furloughed in early April of this year. So I immediately, like I said, we probably had that conversation. Girl, I would have to go back in my records.
Yeah,
but we had that conversation, I would say maybe closer to the end of April. And I sat up, I'll never forget. I got off the phone with her probably at around 3 or 4 that day. And I think I stayed up to like 3 or 4 that morning, just picking out all of the items that I wanted, configuring some things as far as like, building my site and doing all of that stuff is, to accommodate the e-commerce, which is something brand new that I hadn't gotten into, so it was like, Whitney helped me. Then also Wendy, she had been doing e-commerce with Pouty Girls for a while. So I was able to kind of consult with them and really get some assistance on, okay, what do I do now? I'm selling stuff, and I built it up. And when I launched it, I sold out of my first collection very quickly. I gotta re-up.
Re-up quick. Listen, them girls want them shades. Listen, yes. when the next collection coming out? Like, period.
Right.
I remember you all. I didn't even tell y'all how I met MzMetchi. So, so I knew of her, right? Like, I would see MzMetchi on everything. I'd be like, this girl. Like, we just knew. Obviously, we knew Felice.
Yes.
We knew Dr. Lauren, Dr. Kikwa, so I would see her on different flyers and I'll be like, who is this lady? And I had never I don't know why. I was like, that's weird to me.
I don't understand
her
paths, like how we never crossed paths in the last year or so. I don't get it.
I don't know either. And like I said, I wasn't really that big socially, you know. I know a lot of people, but I guess it would have to have been like, you know, I would see you and then eventually we're at each other or something, or I would go somewhere or something like that. But yeah, so I had seen her at a pop-up shop. It was the end of September, so I had just opened up Not A Statistic Apparel, and I seen her, and I was like, because obviously I came by myself, so I was nervous. I was like, you know, my business.
Yeah, I was nervous too.
I couldn't tell. Like,
it was my first pop-up, so I was like, I don't know what I'm
that was your first. So it was both about. So we was literally across from each other, and I was looking at her, and I was like, I ain't gonna say nothing, but I'm like, why not? I mean, that's what pop-up shops. You got to network.
I was coming over to you. That's the funny part. I was about to make my way around, and you came over, and I was just like, yeah.
I was like, you know, police, and it was so awkward. And then she didn't make me feel no type of way. And she was like, yeah. She was like, she made this banner and everything. Like you made the graphics for it. I was like, okay. And then we just kind of connect, and it was just like an instant connection. You know how some people, like, you don't have to force it. I don't force it, right?
No, it was very organic,
natural, right?
That's right.
And she just have a beautiful spirit and a just huge personality, and people just draw to her, right? And I was just like, okay, girl, and we connected. Absolutely, police. Like, it was nothing but love from day one. Like, it was just like, you know, we knew somebody comment. I use your name, girl. I was like, you know, police. I know police. That's
right. And look, I had seen, so funny part is I had seen your photo because when Felice did the most recent photo shoot that we did, he showed me yours, and I was just like, this, she coming out the paper. I was like, I like this, you know. And then the thing about it is, I was telling Chanel, she had her hair pinned up that day. So then when I think Felice had shared, you had shared the picture, and I said, I'm like, that's Chanel. I'm like, just talk to each other at the pop-up shop. So yeah, we were bound to have cross paths.
Right. It was gonna be a matter of time. But COVID, wasn't nobody doing the link ups and networking events. So the pop-up shop was just like, you gotta connect while you can, because you don't know. I love you, Felice, for real.
We love you too, girl.
Like, I just knew we was gonna bound to, like you said, when you get that pop-up shop, you like, I don't know if we gonna have another one, you know, in a month or so,
right?
You know, because they had started to cancel a lot of them, you know, and people, you look forward to that, especially as a new business owner or just a business owner in general. You look forward to them type of networking events, and because COVID, like you said, the word of the year is pivot.
We were outside. I mean, thank goodness that we were outside and we were able to do that. I mean, everything started shutting back down right afterwards, so it was really unfortunate. But I was glad we were able to get that one in. You know.
Yeah, and then we just connected, and she featured Not A Statistic on her business of the week, and I was so honored. And like, she really has a heart, you all, for, you know, small businesses, Black owned, and that's the beauty of it, right? Some people, you know, they say that as a cliche, but she really have a genuine heart for business owners. So talk about your podcast, talk about, you know, how you just connect with different people and how, you know, how them come on an interview.
Okay, well, I have 3 that I currently do. Corporate Chronicles, that's my show that I basically give tips to help people survive and thrive through the workplace. I've been able to climb up the corporate ladder. I mean, I ain't in CEO status as far as with some of these large businesses, but I'm CEO of my stuff. So
come on.
Okay, so I wanted to do that show because I felt like that minorities, specifically women, we have a hard time navigating in that space. You know, not me anymore, but I did at one point. So that's that podcast. And then I have MzMetchi 101, where each week I feature an influential entrepreneur that I feel like our community should know. Chanel's going to be coming on the show very soon, so you all look out for that. I'm very excited to also interview her because I think that she has a fantastic story, and I love your brand.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that's that. And then I have the Blueprint Live, which was formerly the Blueprint Radio. That was my internet radio show. At the top of the year when everything started kind of going crazy as far as with COVID, I did that pivot, and I brought my operations to my home studio. I had been kind of like building it out just really for myself, and then it was like, okay, this is a necessity. I'm not going to go and be doing brokered radio. And, I can't have guests. I can't really be as free as I want to. Yeah. And, I love it. I've been able to, we have certain segments that we do every week. So our What Would You Do's, our topic of the week, hate it or love it. So, where we give like two hated and one love it for the week. Okay. And then I also, I feature a business of the week. And then I'm very, very heavy as far as promoting my sponsors for the show on there. They help me to continue to support other people, with just getting the word out there. So yeah, that's really it. I love it. I love it. And I mean, out of the three, like, I think I've had someone ask me, what is your favorite out of the three? I'm like, all of them, because I get to, on each thing, with probably the exception of Corporate Chronicles, I get to highlight somebody. I get to showcase what someone else is doing. And that, it really gives me joy. I'll be excited. I'm like, oh, we talking to so-and-so from this.
Yes, exactly. It's people understand, like, this is so fun. Like, I look forward, like you look forward, to your Thursday. You look forward to, what is the days that your other podcast? Because I know the one-on-one.
Monday, Wednesdays. So Mondays at 11, Wednesdays at starting at 7 p.m. If I got 1 or 2 episodes, and then every Thursday at 6:30.
Okay, and then we also, towards the end of we'll definitely put her information and shit, tell us how you all can connect with her. But this is so enjoyable to like put people on, like, or to like share their story or highlight their story. It's so, I look forward to this, right? Like, she looks like MzMetchi, she look forward to her podcast, her 3 podcasts, and she, she give out tips, right? And she also highlight other people and share what they're doing, right? And and also it's just like she don't highlight everybody, right? She look, she obviously she love the local artists, she love our local Black small businesses, but it's basically people that have integrity. Doing great things, and she, kind of can stand behind that brand with them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. Yeah, doing them. It is phenomenal that
I feature him too. Shout out to him. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. Creative. Yeah. You all connect with Dwayne. He does writing services and different things. He does resume editing and do all different things with writing that you can be assisted with. He's definitely a guy to connect with. So it's really an honor to like be able to be in this type of space. So what would you say, being in the media industry, what was like the hardest thing to having to deal with?
Oh, geez. It's cutthroat. It's very cutthroat. You have to watch your back. I'm naturally just like I said, I'm a good person. I like to connect people. I like to do a lot of those things. And I did have people that I had worked with previously that unfortunately tried to take advantage of my kindness and generosity. So how I kind of came into it, and I'm just like, yeah, everybody, yes, love.
It's right, yeah, be good. Right.
I did have to toughen up a little bit. I had to toughen up. I had to, be very, very aware of who I allowed very close to me to receive a lot of interpersonal information as far as my business, what I was trying to do in the next level. I mean, I don't mind helping people, but there are some things as a business owner that you do have to reserve for yourself.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, the biggest thing was just navigating who I could trust and who was an ally. Within the media thing. And like I said, I mean, I don't have any problems with anybody, but some people are just not my people for what I'm trying to do and my mission, and that was really the hardest thing, honestly.
The hardest thing, yeah, you got to toughen up. And sometimes when they see you the new kid on the block, they try to test you, like, let me see.
Yeah, they like, oh yeah, it's gonna be this much, it's gonna be. I'm like, but that wasn't what you. Okay, I'm not gonna deal with you. And
exactly. And you learn, and it's good for people to show they true colors in the beginning. Show me that you what you really about when I come through the gate, right?
That's right.
And to having to weed through and you smiling, you doing this, and you really trying to snake me, that's on some. It take a lot of work to do that. You know,
it does. I mean, I've had, you know, you with media, especially when you're trying to grow, you know, it's like you know, I would be trying to lock in on different things, and it's like, shoot, I took your opportunity. And you know, and then it's like another thing, and this is a big thing that I also tell people now, like, you know, if they come to me for anything, get out your feelings. My twin Jasmine Sullivan said it best. It's not just for relationships, it's also for business things too. If you have something, if someone has snaked you, please don't sit there in your feelings. Get out of them.
That's true.
It's no productivity, it's no revenue, it's nothing good that's gonna come from sitting in your feelings because you mad that so-and-so did something to you. You have to keep moving forward. You have to keep pushing.
And that's on period. And that's really good, because in the industry that you go into, like you said, business, relationship, and you do look like Jasmine Sullivan. Like,
I mean, like, that's weird. I used to just be like this. I'm like, no. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get skinny like sis too. So pray for me.
Yes, sis, she lost a lot of weight over the years.
Good with a T at the end. Okay.
Man. Period. There's no money in your feelings. Get to the bag, and you really can't do both. Like, you can't really work and then be in your feelings at the same time. Like, I mean, we all humans. We all have, you know, sensitive spots, right? When you hit, especially if I done told you some stuff and you probably didn't use it against me, whatever that may be, bounce out of it.
Bounce
real quick.
Because what one door that's gonna close, you better believe that one door is 5 other ones that's open, and they just waiting for you to stand in front of it.
That's it.
For real.
Say that again for the people in the back.
For every one door that closed, there's 5 more that's waiting for you to stand in front of it. Go. Go for it.
And honestly, them other 5 doors may be bigger than that one door that closed in front of you.
Now that's the real word right there.
I'm serious. And it may be that, you know, we all have been rejected, right? We all have went through that stage where, you know, we looked at for that job, that promotion, that, you know, that client, that you know, that string of income to come through, but we weren't able to get that, right?
Right.
So it's just like your story, MzMetchi. You said you was on freeload, so you had to, your friend, like, you might as well do shades, like, you rock them. You already rock them, and guess what? Business took off, because also you have to look at MzMetchi put in good ground. She also gave a lot of her time, gave a lot of her expertise, gave a lot of her, I'm sure, money, and you know, everything about her to other people. And look, people supported her when she opened up her business.
It was a beautiful thing. I was just like, I mean, I think one day I was sitting here and I was packing orders. I was with my husband. I was like, it's so many. I'm confused. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, help me. I didn't think that it was going to be like this. And it was a blessing. All my ladies, my tribe, you know, even Felice, she definitely, she got a couple pairs, was rocking it. And I'm like, girl,
I got I think 3 pair when we was at the pop-up.
Yeah, I was like this. I was like, girl, I'm like, oh, feature you. You got to send me some pictures too, so I can feature you as well. Yes, ma'am.
I'll do that tonight too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like, you know, it's just, why not? Like, why would we not support our own people, right?
Right.
I don't understand. And I want people to understand support don't always have to be, I'm spending money with you, right?
Right.
You know, like, support can be, you know, like MzMetchi, we support each other. If I see content, I share it.
Yes,
you know, or you comment it, you know, just whatever, you know, always, you know, it don't always have to be, you know, I'm giving you exchange of money, right?
Right.
It can be exchange of, you know, I'm sharing it, because my timeline, we don't have the same timeline. So what the people that need to see your audience may need to see off my timeline. So let me share your content. Let me engage. Show the algorithm, if I'm saying it right. Am I saying it right? The algorithm.
You are algorithm. Yep. You said it. You got it.
Right. Like, it's going to go up. So, you know, people will see it from your timeline. People will be more excited to see your post and go, oh, I didn't even know. Okay, let me purchase. That's one of the purchases right there. So the support is definitely needed. Like, this was awesome. I want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in. Thank you, please. Thank you to Waylon. Thank you for everyone who shared it. Thank you for everyone who came on, maybe came, took a break, came back. I still appreciate you. Everyone who's on YouTube, I appreciate you as well. Thank you, MzMetchi, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come on. I want to ask you another thing.
Okay.
If you were to have a billboard that was designed for you, what would you have on that billboard and why?
Well, I guess I'm a little vain. I know it would definitely have a picture of me. No, just joking. Well, realistically,
why not?
No, I would have that. I would have my logo, and then it would be something along the lines of just some type of message to let them know that I could promote their business. Yeah, like, and it wouldn't be something cliche like need business promotion. I mean, I would have to think of something really catchy to really draw them in. But the biggest thing for me is I like to help people get exposure and gain revenue for their businesses. So it would probably be something along that lines to really draw them in.
Okay, that's good. And like I said, I love that about you, that you definitely really you do this as a lifestyle, man. You put other people, and it comes so natural, and it's not like it's not like you have to do it. It's like embedded in you.
I want to.
You want to do it, right? And she also gets paid to do it too.
Yeah, that was, I mean, and it's not even all the time about like a monetary thing. It's like, look, if you gonna give me something that I gotta wear t-shirts because you gotta put on shirts when you go out. Okay? I did a little lip gloss, so I'm gonna do that. So it's some certain things, look, we could talk about it if you will need some promotion, but yeah, I'm like, hey, if it's something that's a part of me, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna share it up, promote you, everything.
Absolutely.
For sure.
So people, I'm sure they would love to connect with you. I would love for them to connect with you.
Okay.
If you watch this replay, MzMetchi is someone to connect with. She has been on so many mainstream radio stations and different things, and she's just doing phenomenal things in the city, you all, locally, globally. She has a business, as you all know, Lavish Looks. So ladies, get your shades, man. It's still some sun out. Listen,
you got to protect them eyes. I mean, the snow is bright too.
Listen,
okay.
Listen, you right. So get your shades, connect with her. She has 3 podcasts. See how you can business owners, local music artists, how you could get in tune and get on her show. Because I know people want, that exposure. Like you said, they want to, get their name out there, right? Like, hey, I'm starting out and I want people to know about me. You don't know who MzMetchi is connected to, right? That can help you and excel in your business and your as being a creative or whatever it is, the industry that you may be in, you all connect and talk. But she's definitely someone that I would suggest that you connect with. So how can they stay in contact with you? How can they connect with you, MzMetchi?
Well, you can follow me on all social platforms at MzMetchi. That's MzMetchi. Please follow the Blueprint Media Company too, so that you can tune into all of our productions that we've got going on there. On Instagram and Twitter, we're the BP Media Co. You can visit MzMetchi.com if you'd like to be a guest on any of the platforms, or if you, if you got music that you would like to have played, because I'd like to support the artist. Let me warn. We're not talking crazy on the records. It can't be anything too disrespectful, but if it's good music that needs to be heard, I am definitely your girl as far as that's concerned. And they can also go to MzMetchi.com if they're in need of any promotional things that they would need, or we got commercials, we got all types of ways that we can get you out there and really get some eyes on your business.
Absolutely, guys. Like I said, this is MzMetchi, CEO of the Blueprint Media Company, as well as the Lavish Looks. I mean, you are my girl. I appreciate you so much for all the gems you have dropped. So, guys, I'm putting in her information, her business.
Thank you. Yeah, I see it. I see it popping up over there.
Okay, good. So, yeah, definitely, guys. Like I said, she is definitely someone to connect with. She's great people. She means people well, and she just want to see people win. Like, that's it. Like,
That's it for me. If you're winning, and if I can be a part of that in any way, shape, form, or fashion, that I feel good about that. I know that I've done my job,
and that's a blessing. And people generally like yourself, they get blessed by default. Like you will continue to be blessed because the things that you pour out into the world, the things that you pour out into people naturally, without seeking for anything in return. God rewards that. God sees that, right?
He does.
So I'm so grateful. And did I miss anything, MzMetchi? I put in.
I think you know what, you got it, and then they could just do the MzMetchi.com.
Okay.
Or the bpmediaco.com. And that's, those are all the ways to, get connected. Like I said, business owners, artists, or if you've got an initiative, that you need to get out there. I'm working with one right now, Black Dollar Days, and it's a financial protest. That's going to be launching next year, so that we could try to end police brutality. You got to hit them in the pocket sometimes. So, even if you've got an initiative and it's not necessarily a business, if you need help getting the word out there and it's something positive for the community, I'm here for it.
Absolutely. One last question, MzMetchi.
What's that?
What makes you not a statistic, girl?
My determination. I am not going to stop until I reach my goal. I'm very, very, some people will call me anal. I'm very much so like that as far as reaching my goals. Life, it has a way of dealing you a certain set of cards, and I choose to continue to play with those no matter what happens. Wow. My people that know me, they know that I've had my hand of struggles, but even through that, I will continue to push through. And just know that if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So I think that would, a lot of people they stop when things happen, or they're not able to keep moving forward. And I use my mantra that I go by is turn pain into power. And that's just what I choose to do. And I would say that that's why I am not a statistic.
Wow, I love that. Turn pain into power. I was saying that recently, and that is so important, right? We all go through something, right? Like I said, this is the first time in lifetime history that we all are going through a pandemic together.
Yes,
together.
Right.
So the fact of the matter, what you said, determination, like despite of what you go through, right? And that's what Not A Statistic Apparel is about. And it's a TV show, right?
Yes.
Despite of what your past and current circumstances, you can still accomplish your goals and dreams, right? That's your aspirations, right?
Absolutely.
So that's so important, like to keep pressing forward, despite of what you face, despite of what you go through, because even if you have no money, you're going to go through some. Even if you have money, you're going to go through something. So why not keep going?
Absolutely. Keep going. That's all. And another thing, I'll leave them with this little nugget because I know it's time to go. Allow yourself to have a moment, an episode, or a season, but don't stay there.
Ooh, that's good.
That is when I say I need to put it on the wall somewhere because it's literally what I live by. I allow myself, you have that time, but you keep going. Don't stop. Get it. Get it.
Listen, get out, stay out. Let's stay out your feelings because it's no bread in it. No bread in it.
Nothing.
So I want to thank you, MzMetchi, girl. You got a sister for life. I appreciate you so much. Seriously, I love each and every one of you. Thank you for coming on. And also, you all, we have a special. Felisa's new. She already know about this.
Ooh.
We have a special episode this week. We're going to have Ontario Jackson. He is a credit specialist and a financial advisor. So he's going to be talking about how to, help you get your student loans forgive. So I'm so excited. This is going to be this Thursday at 7:30. So
I'm gonna have to catch the replay because we'll be live, but I will watch it and I will share it.
Right. So you all will be on your podcast as well. So y'all hop back and forth. Listen, why not? Why not? Look. So like I said, I appreciate everyone who tuned in. Thank you for everyone who came on YouTube, Facebook. If you watch this replay, I appreciate you as well. Thank you, MzMetchi, again.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, you all have a great night and take care.
Bye.
Bye.